Hey, good morning, class. How's everybody doing? So, it's Mr. Woods here with another video. And as we are getting ready to embark on this journey with multiplication that we kind of already started, there's a property that I specifically want to go over, which is the distributive property. So let me share my screen and let's take a look. All right. So I want to take some time to go over the distributive property. I think this is a real good property that's going to help us, especially when we're multiplying big numbers. Because one thing I noticed that when we multiply big numbers, that's when we make most of our mistakes. So just a quick review. The distributive property states that multiplying a sum by a number is the same as multiplying each add-in by the number, then adding the products. Quick vocabulary review. Sum is the answer to an addition problem. That's going to come into play during my example of the distributive property and using it correctly. And then add-ins. Those are the numbers being added. So my add-ins are the numbers that I add. All right. So I want to multiply 6 times 7. Now, when I'm trying to multiply 6 times 7, I see that's the bigger factors. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an array to represent the expression. I have 6 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have 7 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's just write that to make that clear. Right? So I have 6 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 rows. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in total up here, I have 7 columns. Okay. Now I gotta break apart the array, or I gotta actually break apart the larger factor into 2 smaller add-ins. So the largest factor in 6 and 7 is 7. 7 is the larger factor. So I have to break the 7 up. When I break apart a factor, one of my numbers I always want to be 5 because I know how to multiply by 5. So that's like a friendly number that I always want to use. So what 2 numbers can I add together to get 7? Well, if I have 5, if I add 2 more to 5, I know that makes 7. So I could split this 7 up into 2 smaller add-ins, which is 5 and 7. I mean 5 and 2. And I know that works because when I add 5 and 2 together, I get 7. So now break apart the array into 2 smaller arrays that represent the 2 add-ins. So I'm going to count 5 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to draw my line. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have 1, 2, 2. I know that works because 5 plus 2 is 7. Again, that's important. So I broke apart into smaller 2 add-ins. Now I'm going to go to my next step, step 4. I'm going to write my new equation to match my 2 arrays. So I have 6 times 7. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I broke that up into 6 times, and then I broke apart the 7. That's my how I'm going to distribute. 5 plus 2. Those parentheses. Now I got to distribute. So I got to multiply 6 times 5 and 6 times 2. So I'm gonna do 6 times 5. I'm gonna close the parentheses plus parentheses 6 times 2, close parentheses. Next step, multiply each adding by the other factor. I did that. I know 6 times 5 is 30 plus 6 times 2 is 12. Now add the products to get the final product. So when I add 30 plus 12, I'm going to get my final answer, which is 42. So 6 times 7 equals 42. So quick recap. I have my array that represents my original question six, my original expression 6 times 7. I break one of my factors apart. I broke up the bigger factor, which was 7, and my array, I broke it up into two smaller rectangles, 5 and 2. I know that works because 5 plus 2 gives me 7. Then I distributed my 6 to make sure I did 6 times 5 and 6 times 2. Then I multiplied both of the add-ins by the 6. And then when I got my products, I added both of those products and I got my final answer. That is how I use the distributive property to help me multiply bigger numbers. This is Mr. Woods signing out.